So this is a engine that came into Baldwin Racing Engines for a refresh. Everybody wanted it spun up, so they did. And the results were pretty terrible. So if you've never seen a balance page like this before, this is from their CWT machine. Your inch ounces, so for a passenger car, they usually say about 0.5. For race engines, you usually want it under 0.25. This one's at 3.527. So an ounce inch is how many ounces you're off an inch from center line. Yeah, that's where your vibration and stuff comes from. It is way out of balance. The other thing is they can measure in grams how much it's out, and you can see on the back end it was 33 grams. And this column here is how much force that this weight is going to apply based on RPM. So it goes up with RPM. So at 3,000 RPM, you're only applying 56 pounds of force to the bearings. But at 7,000 RPM, it's going to put 307 pounds of force against the bearings. Not good. What's interesting about this engine is he said somebody bought the car already had the engine. Nobody really knows any information on it. A lot of people in the comments were kind of like, well, if it's balanced, does it really matter? And other people were curious how close to the balance it was. Well, it wasn't. Okay, really bad on the back half. So whatever method they were using to try to balance it simply didn't work. Kudos for ingenuity, I guess, if you don't have any money and you're just trying to make something work and last a season. It apparently did that because it was still alive, but from a professional standpoint, that crank is essentially ruined and going to need replaced. Okay, so they're going to put a new crankshaft in it, rebalance it, refresh it, get it back like it should be. Now, when you have an imbalance like this, typically what's going to happen is that crank is going to vibrate and move around, and it's going to kill your bearings. And this is why back in the old days, people would run much looser crank clearances because they couldn't properly balance these crankshafts at high RPM with machines in the 50s, 60s, 70s, right? The average shop couldn't do it. This balance machine, I don't know. I know in 2005 or so, that was a $30,000 machine. You're talking about a $60,000 piece of equipment. So modern day, today probably. So, technology's gotten better. These have gotten better at what they do. It's more affordable for shops to be able to buy stuff like this and check it now, but it's still a lot of money if you're, a small operation or just a small race team that's putting your own stuff together. So kind of makes sense, but that's why they would run loose clearances. Now, with the ability to have these machines and get these balances much closer, you're getting much tighter, the ability to run a tighter clearance and make things work quite a bit better. But this was interesting.